First, they beat KKR at the Eden Gardens very easily, and now they're beating Chennai in Chennai again quite easily. Now, Ayaz, when they did it in Kolkata, you called it an upset. So, what are you calling it now?
It's a bigger upset, to beat CSK at the Chepauk, and especially after they've come off a win. CSK had beaten Mumbai in the first match, played those spinners, on a pitch which is tailor made for them. I think this is a bigger upset than beating KKR. I mean, both are big upsets, yes, and it's just opened up the season this season for RCB with so much promise to win 2 away games, yet to play at home. And what's important, I think, Anirudh, is that it's not been dependent heavily only on, say, Virat Kohli or one other player. Josh Hazelwood has been their biggest success. There's been Krunal Pandya, there's been Yash Dayal, there's been Rajat Patidar, and so on. So it's a collective kind of effort which has seen them through, which I think is very important from RCB's point of view going ahead.
Yeah, I was going to come to that point. So, in the past, maybe you would see them rely heavily on their batting lineup, and maybe a Gale or an ABD or a Kohli saves them. But under this new Rajat Patidar era, I mean, it's only been 2 matches, so now it's too early to talk about maybe. But as you spoke, there seems to be a collective pitching in from everyone, including Krunal Pandya in the first match, and then Hazelwood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar were brilliant at the top. I think they gave away only 41 runs in the first 7 overs they bowled, and they picked up 4 wickets. And then Rajat Patidar with the bat, although he was dropped a couple of times. So, do you see that difference, or is it too early to say?
I mean, what is emerging is at the start of the season, I thought that they didn't have a strong team. They had, kind of offloaded players like Faf du Plessis, Glenn Maxwell, Mohammad Siraj. So I thought that maybe short on experience and perhaps even class. But, Yash Dayal is a very improved bowler. He's looking better and better with each passing game. Josh Hazelwood, coming back from injury, has just kind of found his peak form right at the start. So that's great. Bhuvneshwar Kumar is there. I think they also bat deep. Liam Livingston, Tim David, these are guys who are of very strong value. Krunal Pandya as the all-rounder. So it's looking to be a very good unit now, RCB. But the challenge begins from here. Sustaining this kind of form and this kind of strong intent is going to be the demand from RCB going ahead.
Yeah, and the toughest challenge now for them is to do it at home at the Chinnaswamy, but we'll get to that later. Now, let's talk about Chennai for a moment, and a very interesting statement made by Stephen Fleming after the match. He said that there is no home advantage at the Chepauk. Now, if you take this particular match, maybe he's right. The fast bowlers got a lot of help from that wicket, but then again, you see who has the purple cap, and it's Noor Ahmed, who's got 7 wickets bowling on this same pitch in 2 matches. So, what did you make of Fleming's statement?
It's very intriguing what he said. Does he mean that we could have done better, but we didn't? I mean, this was supposed to be a win for us, or does he mean to say that the other teams are improving, and therefore we better improve in other departments? I mean, I thought overall, when you look at it, CSK's performance was mediocre. The only crowd pleasing effort from cameo from Dhoni is not good enough to win you matches or the title. So I think that there is some concern which I sensed in Stephen Fleming's statement at the end of the match. But again, these are early days. Remember, it's a 1-1 win defeat equation that they have now. So it's not like they've lost 3-4 matches on the trot. But there are lessons to be learned from them for without doubt. Because in the batting, in the bowling, I thought Ashwin and Jadeja might feel a little unhappy with their own performance. Noor Ahmed was very good as always, but the other spinners didn't kind of turn the screws on the batting. Yes, there were drop chances, I agree, but it just didn't seem like Chennai were, in their best form, and certainly not in the batting when their top order lost so many wickets.
Yeah, so lastly, let's do talk about the man, MS Dhoni. Now, this is a two-pointer, Ayaz. So, first of all, we heard Ambati Raidu make this statement that CSK fans are Dhoni fans first and then the team's fans, which he says is bad for the franchise, especially after he retires or when he retires. And the second part, you eventually did see him come out to bat and he smashed 30 of 16. So, what the heck is he doing at number 9?
Yeah, I mean that's a big question. As so far, including last season, it seems that he's in the role of the impact player towards the end. Uh, Coming in blasting 20, 25 runs or maybe 7, 8, 10 deliveries if it's needed. But you may not always be in that situation to make only 20, 25 runs. Sometimes the demand may be to make 75, 80 runs. Now, if you're not doing that, then your your position, your role in the batting order comes up for scrutiny. So I thought maybe yesterday, I thought that the trust in Ashwin and Jadeja to score, you know, rapidly enough was it, the trust was reposed in them. I mean, Mahendra Singh Dhoni so far has made a huge impact with his wicket keeping. He's pulled off two magnificent stumpings in both the matches, one each. We saw that in the first match. We saw that in the second match. So his reflexes, etc., are not the concern. The wicket keeping is not the concern. His batting role, the what is the expectation from him is, I think, what is also Ambati Raidu has raised a different question altogether. He's saying that CSK fans are not necessarily so interested in the result; they're interested in seeing Dhoni come out, Dhoni succeed. So I think that's also something that they need to sort out. Now, let me explain how I see the situation. Like Dhoni's, become larger than the game or larger than the franchise. Dhoni is a superstar, and there's a whole commercial dimension to the IPL and franchises which you cannot ignore. You can't say that I will only choose players who I think may go and win matches, but may have no star value, and therefore they add nothing to the coffers of the franchise. That's not true of any franchise, not just about CSK. But yes, in the weightage for performances and what can lead you to win is something that has to be viewed and reviewed, I think, in match after match, which is what CSK should do.
Yeah. So, lastly, a lot of exciting matches coming up, and this is a huge defeat for CSK, the likes of which they haven't seen before, especially at home. So, let's see what they do, whether they do take any lessons from it or they stick to the plan and make sure that which behaves as they want to. So, we'll see you after the next batch of matches. So, that's it for this episode of Sports Room. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Anirudh. We'll catch up again.